Hello and welcome. You guys are tuned into Revision Hub with Jazzy Dome. I'll be continuing to look at methods, which is obviously AQA, and it will be in both paper 1 and paper 2. And for two people, it will be in paper 1 as well as in paper 2 and paper 3. Last video, we looked at practical, ethical, theoretical, and methodological factors within research methods. Before we continue on paper flashcards, quickly jot down what you remember from my previous video. You will only know this if you revised, rested, tested, and repeated yourself constantly and thoroughly. So please revise, rest yourself, test yourself, and repeat the same formula again and again for successful results. Today we're looking at questionnaires in particular. So let's look at questionnaire positives. So there's two different types of questionnaires, open and closed questionnaires. Open questionnaire, for example, do you like white chocolate? So please write the answer within the line. So you write your answer, yes, no, maybe, not sure, or something along those lines, right? So when we have open questionnaires, we have an increase within validity. As you can see, attitudes, reasoning, and behavior, why the individual has a particular choice. So questionnaires are quick, easy, and fast. Sarah and Hannah did them and they got their results within a short span of time. They did it on university students. So use Sarah and Hannah in order to support your answers. Whereas if we look at closed questionnaires, do you like white chocolate? Yes or no. So it's very simple, yes or no. Okay, so it's really reliable because you can be constantly repeated. You can draw correlations, trends, and patterns, and then you can analyze the correlations, and this really helps you to get a range of representative data. Pilot testing. So pilot testing is before a questionnaire is handed out, they do a little try and run where they find out badly worded, hard to understand questions so that they can improve it, and on the day actually when they're doing the questionnaire, they can be more and more efficient. And you can link this to younger women who had to do over 100 pilot tests before they understood the badly worded and hard to understand questions. Again, this could be criticized, although it's a very good method, so you can get accurate results, but again, it can be criticized because it may be quite time consuming in one way or the other, and as a result of it being too time consuming, funding bodies may not be able to agree giving you that sort of sum of money, and the cost will obviously be much higher. Confidentiality, so access. Okay, so if you're looking in school, if you're doing a questionnaire within a school environment, things need to be kept confidential. But if the school sees that there's no confidentiality, then they'll gatekeep you. Suppose you want to see people with some cultures, the school will gatekeep and will put you in an area where, or with students who are not part of subcultures, so that they can maintain the school's reputation. So if you are confidential, then you're more likely to get the right people to look into your research, especially within a school environment. So gatekeeping theory, we looked in our last videos. Whose theory is that? Pause and have a think. The gatekeeping theory was the theory of Atkinson. If you do not remember, please feel free to go back to video number 1. And obviously, questionnaires are so quick, easy, fast, they can easily be done in form time. And in form time, if you want to find out questionnaires about labeling, in form time, students openly discuss about labeling, about teachers and stuff like that. So form time is something where there's less restriction and it's quick, easy, fast, where a questionnaire can be really nicely filled. Middle class parents can actually answer all of these questions. So if you give them out, you're going to get a high response rate because middle class parents, as we looked at in my previous video, they're part of the marketization process. They attend parents' evening. They take education very seriously. Let's look at questionnaires negatives. So Hillets looked at questionnaires and found out that the response rate was low, and less than 4% of people actually responded to the questionnaire Hillets set. As a result, he got unrepresentative data. So he got data from those people who are socially awkward, those people who are unemployed. He did not get the data from the actual sample that he wanted to study, which was people who go to work and students, because the students and the people who go to work do not have that time to actually fill those questionnaires. So as a result, it got a low response rate and it got an unrepresentative population, which Hillets did not want to study. And then again, as a result of a low response rate, it may take longer. As a result, the cost will be high. Also, in questionnaires, if you're giving a questionnaire to a student, the student may feel targeted. If you give it to one student out of all of them, then that student may feel targeted. As a result, that might cause physical and psychological harm to the child. Right answerism is another question that needs to be raised. So right answerism is some people might just put the answer, tick it right or tick it wrong, just to satisfy the individual. So it's because, especially with closed questionnaires, they're pre-made, so then they can just be like, okay, the researcher seems that they want this, I'll just put this. Many of you have done this before. Closed questionnaires, answers again, as I mentioned, preset. In schools, gatekeeping theory does takes place because they want to maintain their reputation. Because if it's published, then the reputation has gone off their league tables, reviews. As a result, you can link that to marketization again. Working class parents, again, do not have the time knowledge, so they're not going to be willing to answer them. So as we link to human, and you can link to this Hewlett's idea there. Physical, psychological harm, as I mentioned, they may feel targeted. If it's about material deprivation, they don't want to answer it, so they may feel a sense of physical, psychological harm. And students feel that if they're doing a questionnaire in class, then the teacher might label them negatively. As a result, subculture polarize again into this anti-school subculture, or they might even underperform in such means. Or even episteme, if a student is doing a questionnaire and a peer see it, they will feel peer pressure. As a result, then they will no longer do the questionnaire and they'll join that subculture. Episteme is a sociologist that we look at in education. So if you don't remember episteme, then please feel free to go back to my previous videos on education. I made a playlist to make this process much easier. So what we've learned, hope you're able to evaluate questionnaires and link to education paper 1. Next video, I'll be looking at different types of interviews. Till then, revise, rest, test, and repeat yourself. The content in this video and all other videos that I've made. And I'm on Instagram now, so please scan and please follow me. I love to follow people back too, so that would be a nice thing. And I would like to do some live sessions, question sessions, just to help you with the new education. And don't forget to love Canva, like, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put a subscribe thingy here somewhere, so please subscribe and click the smiley. Please comment if you don't understand anything, because I'll be willing to help you. And please press the bell icon to never miss my video. Thank you so much for your time.